THR-β Agonist market growth. Breakthrough therapies. MASH X-ALD. Future outlook to 2034. The race to revolutionize liver disease treatment is on, and the THR-β agonist market sits at the center of this high-stakes competition. Metabolic diseases like MASH, metabolic dysfunction-associated steatohepatitis, and rare genetic disorders such as X-linked Adrenoleukodystrophy, X-ALD, are becoming more prevalent worldwide, driving urgent demand for innovative therapies. Advances in the science of thyroid hormone receptors, specifically selective targeting of the THR-β receptor in the liver, are producing therapy candidates that experts believe could change the course of treatment for these challenging conditions. But here's where the story gets exciting and a little controversial. Could these new therapies truly deliver what decades of research have promised, or are there hidden hurdles yet to appear? According to Delve Insight's market assessment, we're at the brink of a major expansion in the THR-β agonist space, especially across the leading global markets. The so-called 7mm, spanning the United States, EU4, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, the UK, and Japan. The newly published report covers everything from current real-world therapy use to breakdowns of patient populations and future projections, focusing on headline indications like MASH, X-ALD, and more. It not only reviews available and pipeline therapies like REZDIFFRA, VK2809, ALG 05509, TERN 501, ECC 4703, and VK0214, but also provides company profiles and granular forecasts through 2034. If you're wondering just how big this surge could be, Delve Insight's projections suggest an impressive leap in market size and patient reach by 2034. The landscape is shaped by a handful of innovators, including Viking Therapeutics, Aligos Therapeutics, Terns Inc., Echogene, Madrigal Pharmaceuticals, and others. Their lead assets are at various development stages. For example, VK2809, Viking, and REZDIFFRA, Madrigal, are generating headlines for their progress in MASH, while VK0214 is being developed for X-ALD, a genetic condition with no approved therapies to date. A pivotal moment came in March 2024, when the US FDA approved REZDIFFRA, resmetirom, as the first THR-β agonist for adults with non-cirrhotic MASH and moderate to advanced fibrosis, F2 to F3, a decision widely viewed as a breakthrough for the field. Later, in June 2025, REZDIFFRA secured a positive opinion from Europe's Committee for Medicinal Products for Human Use, CHMP, with the EU expected to follow suit and make it the first MASH therapy there as well. Meanwhile, clinical trial readouts like Viking's 52-week Phase 2b Voyage results for VK2809 keep bolstering the field's momentum. THR-β agonist, what's driving and stalling growth? Why all the attention on THR-β agonists now? The backdrop is sobering. Rising rates of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome are causing spikes in liver diseases like NASH and NAFLD, conditions notorious for their limited treatment options. Traditional drugs, such as pioglitazone or vitamin E, come with their own risks and blunt effects. What sets THR-β agonists apart is their precision medicine approach. By selectively activating the THR-β receptor, especially in the liver, they tackle fat metabolism and reduce inflammation at its source, all while avoiding unwanted side effects tied to the THR-alpha receptor, such as heart or muscle toxicity. Adding to their promise, these agents boast an attractive safety profile and benefit from new advances in patient selection and non-invasive diagnostics. Think of blood tests and imaging that help doctors target the right patients with the right therapies. This combination of innovation and medical need has triggered a wave of investment, partnership, and competition as companies rush to define the future standards of care. But, and this is the part that could divide opinions, it's not all smooth sailing. There's currently only one approved drug in this class, REZDIFFRA, and developers face steep clinical and regulatory requirements, along with high costs and long timelines. Plus, alternative approaches, like FXR agonists, PPAR modulators, and FGF21 analogs are vying for their own share of this lucrative but challenging space. Will THR-β agonists prove best in class, or could rivals catch up and steal the spotlight? The way forward promises even more competition. Players like Viking Therapeutics, with VK2809 and VK0214, Aligos and Terns, are pushing candidates through late-stage studies. Recent trial successes, especially in meeting primary and secondary endpoints for liver fat reduction and fibrosis, signal a new era for patients and providers, but only if regulatory, clinical, and market access hurdles can be overcome. Observers are watching closely to see how and where broad reimbursement, commercial rollouts, starting with Germany in late 2025, and expanded indications will play out. What about the next generation? The innovation pipeline is crowded, and it's not limited to just treating MASH. For example, Viking's VK0214, targeting X-ALD, has earned orphan drug status for its potential to treat this devastating genetic disease by reducing specifically harmful lipid accumulations. In clinical trials, VK0214 safely lowered toxic lipid levels in patients, opening new doors for therapeutic intervention in diseases that previously had no options. Aligos's ALG05509 also stands out for its sophisticated design. It selectively activates THR-β in the liver, avoiding off-target side effects seen in older compounds. Results from the HERALD trial in MASH patients demonstrate meaningful reductions in liver fat, data that might appeal to those skeptical of earlier approaches. But is there enough evidence to sway regulators and payers? As emerging drugs near approval, the market is set for transformation. This wave could finally provide truly effective targeted therapies for both widespread metabolic and rare inherited liver diseases. But there's a provocative debate brewing. Will payers and clinicians fully embrace these advances, or will competition and cost concerns slow adoption? THR-β, the biological powerhouse at the heart of market hype. For those newer to the field, the biology is worth unpacking. THR-β, short for thyroid hormone receptor beta, is instrumental in managing how the liver metabolizes fat, processes cholesterol, creates bile, and regulates cellular energy. Selective activation of THR-β ramps up the body's ability to burn fat, quells inflammation, and can halt the progression of liver scopping, while avoiding the heart and muscle complications tied to generalized thyroid hormone effects. In genetic diseases like X-ALD, THR-β agonists stimulate the expression of crucial transport proteins, such as ABCD2, helping to counteract toxic lipid buildups that damage the nervous system and other organs. In metabolic diseases, these drugs not only address liver inflammation and fat buildup,